First up, let's configure the domain controller. This is where we will install the Active Directory domain services. So there are some things we need to do first, some prerequisites. Firstly is the firewall. We need to turn off all firewall first because in the process of setting up, sometimes they may interfere with some of our configuration. So not to worry, once everything is properly configured in the future, if let's say you want to harden it, you can do so as well. So in this case, let me adjust now let me turn off all the firewall first. So just turn it off, and okay. Next, what we want to do is to rename this machine so that subsequently, when we do all the configuration, we know which machine we are talking to. So let's do that. So let's rename the PC. So we go to Control, Panel, System and Security. For the system, Advanced System Settings, Computer name. Then we want to change the computer name to PC01. Okay, so click on OK. Restart computer, apply these changes, click OK, and close. So let's restart now. Okay, click on yes. Okay, so let's see whether the changes has taken effect. So click on who am I. You can see that the name is DC01. So if you click on about your PC, you can see that PC name has been renamed to DC-01. So in the domain controller server, what we need to do is to install the Active Directory domain services first. So let's click on Server Manager. On the Manage option, add roles and features. So okay, so let's wait for it to finish loading first. So once it's done, so we just add roles and features. So let's click on next. So we will first install this Active Directory domain services first. So that's the very first service that we need to install. Click on next, and install. Okay, so once we are done, just click close. And next, let's promote this server to a domain controller. So first we need to add a new forest first, the domain. So in this case, it's BFF clouddns.be. Which is the one that I've created earlier on. So let's click next. So let's just give this directory service a restore mode password. Click on next. Click on next. So next. And all the prerequisite checks pass successfully. So click install to begin installation. So click on install. So it says that you are about to be signed up. Okay, sure. Let's do that. So let's try to connect back once more. So we are back. So let's launch back the server manager. So let's look at the DNS manager. Just to see if we have. Okay, so let's look at the forward lookup zone. Basically telling you that the name of the domain will be translated to which IP address. So let's see. Okay, so we have this. So, okay, so we have this IP address. All right, so I think we are okay for now. So next, what we're going to do is to actually create a user. So let's do that. So Active Directory, users and computers. So as you can see here, this is the forest. So we have different users. So let's create one more new user. So basically the purpose of having this user, right, is like an administrator account. So later on when we do all this join domain and such, we do not just want to use an administrator account. We just want to use a temporary account that is set up for this particular exercise, right? So in this case, we just say ADFS. So we just put ADFS service account. So we just put ADFS service account. So click on next, and let's click on next. So give your password and click on finish. So now we have this ADFS service account. Also do also migration and all those kind of things. So later on, we will actually need this service account to be an enterprise admin. So in this case, so let's do that first. So we click on properties. So members. So we add one more member. ADFS service. Okay. And apply. And also, we need to have the domain admin rights to actually join the domain. So let's do that as well. Under the domain admin, let's apply. So okay, so now we are done. So next, I also want to share with you that we need to configure the DHCP option sets in AWS. So what is DHCP option set? Basically, DHCP allows you to automatically assign IP addresses to all the devices in your network. So in this case, what we can do is that we can set the DNS server, the default DNS server that we want all our devices to connect to, so that everyone will actually go to the DNS server to resolve all the devices' IP address. So what we can do now is to create a DHCP option server. So we can actually give this a name, BFF DHCP. So over here, you can put the domain name of the domain name of your organization. Then you also set your domain name servers. So over here, you also put your domain name IP address. So the rest you can just leave it as default. So you don't have to set this. And then we can just create our DHCP option set. So I already created one. So as you can see here, we have already created one here. So yeah, so actually you can also choose not to put the NTP servers or this, but if you want to, you also can do so. So anyway, I've created this. Then what you need to do next is to go back to VPC. So this is the VPC that I'm using. So on action, then we need to edit VPC settings. Then we need to change the DHCP option set to the one that we have created just now. So this is to make sure that every devices will actually use the same DNS server if they are in the same VPC. Okay, so we are done with the first part. So in the next video, I will show you how to set up ADFS and how to actually join the domain. So I'll see you in the next video.